How is endometriosis diagnosed? For the longest time, the gold standard for diagnosing endometriosis was via a laparoscopy with excision. As part of this minimally invasive surgery, the tissue would be excised and then biopsied to confirm that it is in fact endometriosis. Now, this makes a lot of sense to me as somebody with endometriosis who has undergone an endometriosis excision surgery where not all of the excised tissue proved to be endometriosis. But now specialists and tools and blood tests are popping up as new and non-invasive ways of diagnosing endometriosis. Dr. Matthew Leonardi and his team is using advanced ultrasound to diagnose deep infiltrating endometriosis. Some providers are also using MRI to diagnose endometriosis. Endo is also a new non-invasive diagnostic tool that has shown about 98-99% accuracy in diagnosing endometriosis successfully. And now there's new literature popping up on blood tests and genetic markers for diagnosing endometriosis. Dr. Naomi Whitaker, which goes by the handle napro_fertility_surgeon on socials, also has a symptom self-survey. So while this is not a diagnostic tool, it can give you a bit of guidance in terms of whether you need to be investigated a little bit closer for endometriosis. Now, back to the original question. I am personally all for non-invasive or less invasive methods for diagnosing endometriosis. It will cut diagnostic times likely by way more than half, and they're non-invasive, so they don't require weeks and weeks of recovery time. And I definitely think that diagnostic methods like MRI or advanced ultrasound can be very accurate if the symptoms line up and in somebody who has visible deep infiltrating endometriosis. But I have a lot of questions around people being diagnosed with these methods who are asymptomatic or who have silent endo or superficial endo. And I also personally have questions around how to differentiate between endometriosis lesions through something like an MRI or a ultrasound versus something like scar tissue. So I'd love to hear from you. What do you think? How do you feel about these non-invasive diagnostic tools? Are you in support of them? How do you feel about their accuracy and their validity? Keep in mind, we do have some literature on the accuracy of things like Endo and advanced ultrasound for diagnosis. So yeah, I'd love to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments below.